for
free
real.
money, man.
You stunting on them niggas for real.
Uh,
Like, especially like get you a little game, get you something like I ain't gonna say what a game portal, but get you like a little network built, even on your own Facebook account and shit. That way you can like when it's time for a tournament, you just boop boop boop, and that shit go to everybody. You know what I mean? Like I do a messenger and shit. So some shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was thinking about making another little fan page, man. A little tournament fan page, like you say, weekly.
Right.
Probably every Friday or Saturday, got drop a tournament. Oh, $50 tournament this weekend,
But see,
$20 tournament.
the thing is though, see if you can get that shit hooked up through that gamer saloon shit that I was telling you about now, like you can be you don't have to have a building. Like everybody be playing from their own shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a strong enough internet connection. You know what I'm saying? To the nigga that's hosting the shit. Because on it, like you could play online and that shit gonna play a tad bit different. It's gonna be a little bit slower. But you know what?
I'm gonna have to get my own internet out here in this building because my internet kind of weak out here.
You most definitely like when you gaming online. You most definitely gotta have that shit fire. I'm gonna just title this shit 18 ain't grown. 18 ain't grown.
What they about this what nigga was thinking. Nigga was thinking like, oh yeah, ain't nobody show up, so ain't nobody gonna get no money. We ain't gonna hear nothing about it. Shit, nigga, fuck that. Still gonna let me
Whoever showed
post
up,
that.
go
Yeah, yeah.
goddamn win. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We
That's that
gonna treat
shit
that
going
bitch
on
just
too.
like that motherfucker was a goddamn full house.
Damn right. Oh, we live, bro. I need to set this. I'm gonna have to take a couple days off because I'm gonna have to set my shit up like I want to.
Yeah.
I don't figured out how to set different scenes, like different for the stream deck stuff. I done figured out how to set up different sound effects for each like podcast that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
when I'm doing the music production, it'll have its own set of sound effects. We're doing Stay Dangerous, it'll have its own set of sound effects. Or if I just want, you know what I'm saying, just like do a regular stream.
Yeah,
I'm
shit.
gonna even do it for my DJ setup shit too, which I'm finna
Yeah,
jump back into.
yeah. You going live from the State Dangerous or the
Yeah, it's on Stay Dangerous right now. Peace, peace, peace and blessings, family. We live on everything. It's showing on my end.
I see it showing it now.
All right, we just gonna get into a conversation today, man. It's gonna be part of the series. I'm gonna title "Unlearn Everything Your Parents Taught You," cause they ain't teach you shit. Something like that. It's,
It can't be that hard. They taught us something.
they taught us something, but I need to figure out how to word it, bro. I've been talking about this shit for a while. I gotta got there going. Damn, why the hell my
I feel
mic
like
so damn
one of the
loud?
main things our folk taught us was how to be resourceful. But sometimes we forget, like a lot of our older heads really didn't have even a quarter of what we got
Right,
access to today.
right.
Even in the
Mic check.
educational sense, like we could say why ain't nobody want to start their businesses or stuff like that. But I'm like, man, wasn't nobody having no access to no books, wasn't no mentioning of owning no business or nothing. It was just, our paradigm was shit, go where you can get some money at a job at.
Yeah, like go where you can fit in it.
Yeah.
But see, the thing about the way I want to approach it, the reason why I'm saying it like that is simply because when we think about it on a grand scheme of things, and not just even about owning businesses and stuff, right? When it comes to basic fundamental life techniques, even though our parents didn't have that information, we also didn't get enough of the information that was already there. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when we start breaking down the fundamentals of dating, when you start breaking down the fundamentals of even growing as a human being on some
Hey,
levels.
cause you sound kind of low, cuz.
Uh oh. Now why my shit seems so loud on my end? What about now?
Yeah, he good, huh?
It seems so loud on my end. It's peaking out. But anyway, when it comes to the fundamentals of dating, when it comes to the fundamentals of let's just say saving money and stuff, and to be honest, I think a lot of the mental cap that our elders had to do a lot with religion.
Mm.
That's a whole nother play because when you look at the psychology of what we learned in the church and what has been taught in the church, you see a lot of the shortcomings coming back on the 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 outside of church. I can't find the right words for the shit, right? But like when we leave the church and we take that shit home, there's a lot of things that we're doing in the home that's making us stagnant because of what we learned in the church. You know what I'm saying? And not saying they both can't go hand in hand, but some ideas don't convert into the new world. You know what I'm saying? Because what I feel, the old world is the Bible, right? That's the old world. The new world, what we living in, got new rules, new laws, new everything, right? So we're not updating. Like the Matrix got an update. When you watch the new movie, the new Matrix, it got an update, and all the old code got wrote off, right? So think
Right.
about it in the terminology of us as human beings, right? Our elders are the old code. The new code is what's coming on now. When you're talking about technology, video games, cell phone, uh, independence on certain things like building your own businesses and stuff like that, that's the upgrade in the matrix, right? Our elders didn't get that, but they try to keep us in that shelter of, you know what I'm saying, what they knew, and it made us stay behind because we still dealing with old world information. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I hope I explained that shit right because that shit sounded kind of crazy, but
No, you
I
explained it right. It's just they going off the same patterns that they felt like that at one point in time worked for them,
right.
but now that we done transitioned to this new world, things ain't working how it used to work, and some people just can't, you know what I'm saying, accept that fact. So they still push that, like you said, that programming.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. And
I
that's
just
what,
feel like our only counter is to like we gonna have to rebel. Like we got to rebel against it.
oh, we most definitely got to rebel against it, dog. And that's why, even when it come down to how, like, my phone be on silent most of the time, and niggas be tripping, boy, you don't be answering the phone sometimes. Hey, I, it's there. If I feel like the phone call important, I'm gonna answer it. You know what I'm saying? If not, I gotta structure it for me mentally. You know what I'm saying? For me mentally to be healthy. If not, that shit ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Damn, I need my other
Yeah,
thing.
cause like sometimes man, like you got the we in a day and age to where things moving fast as hell,
Yeah,
and it's like because we in a more of an independent age, a lot of us, man, we got to work on our craft all the time.
100%.
We got to be configuring something because we ain't trying to depend on the job for our daily bread. Like we got to have our own systems in place to where we can make our money and be happy while we're doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I refuse to be miserable just to make some money, dog.
Or
So
feel like
yeah, man,
somebody,
people got to
or feel like
understand that.
somebody controlling
Real talk. Definitely feel like it really it is.
you.
If
Right.
you in a situation where you got to be at a spot for 8 hours or 12 hours, and then say for instance, you get all the work done. This the worst part. You get all the work done, and instead of them letting you go home, like, all right, there you go. They want you to stay longer or add
Woo.
more to your plate.
Right.
Like, man, like yeah, they own you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I remember I was at a job, bro. 12, we could have left early, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She knows she could have let us leave early, but she made us sit around for 3 hours doing nothing. Just for the sake of, oh, I'm going by this system right here. This
Bro,
program.
ain't that shit the worst? You know damn well that this job took 2 hours to complete. I gotta stay another 2 hours on my thumb for what reason?
For nothing, just to say, like, yeah, you worked the whole 8 hours.
It's crazy, man.
And then this the worst part. This is what make it even worse. Now, motherfucker had excuse my language. They had a nerve to try to come up to us and say, y'all can't be on y'all phone.
What am I do?
sit here and look at the back of your scalp all day. What you mean, bro?
Boy said I
Come
need.
on.
Boy said I needed that go. That shit be hell, man. But it's like, again, back to the topic that we gonna talk about tonight, man. 18 ain't grown. Like all this shit play a part into it, right? Because once we get to a certain level in life, we look back and we like, damn, I didn't da da da, or this is da da da. You know what I'm saying? And you can look back at your childhood and you can see where that teaching didn't get taught, or you just never had the time to develop. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to finding out, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? When we in school, man, a lot of us don't know what we want to do, and some of us do, right? But a lot of us don't know what it takes to get to that point. And so,
Right.
so we go get the job like mom say, like dad say. We make sure we working. You know what I'm saying? Might get to a point in time where you saving a little money, but now mom and dad won't rent. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the black household, my household was too, right? Now your savings going towards rent. You really ain't saving, and you steady going to work every day. And being a young man, I'm gonna be fly. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go get the kicks. I'm gonna go get the shirt. Make sure my fit is right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I got gas to goddamn gonna go whoop wow whatever. Trying to pull a lady so we gonna go cop a room. You just blowing money for no fucking reason. And nobody
Right.
sits you down and structures nothing out for you or tell you, hey, like this is the moves to get you to this level. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't see those. Like we don't see when I was coming up. You know, in my neighborhood, I ain't see no banker. I didn't see the dude that was pushing stocks. I seen
Right.
the dude that was pushing other kind of stocks, right?
Mhm.
And people wonder why. Well, why they always want to do this? Because these the niggas we see getting money, and it's simple as that. Ain't got
Right.
nothing else to do with it. These the niggas that's getting the money. These the niggas that's getting the hoes. I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see another way of doing it. And then we will see the guy with the 9 to 5, right? But if that
Mhm.
9 to 5 don't fit who you is as a human, you don't see yourself in that position. You're not entertaining that shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, the nigga cool, but oh well. You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
that's what I want to jump in tonight, man. And we just gonna kick up game on that because I got a couple things that I really want to do. As for it is like I said, like I damn near want to do a program. I damn near want to do a mentoring program to be honest. But
Hey, we got access to the building. Like, yeah.
boy, we got access to a lot of shit.
Talk.
We got access to a lot of shit, and I was humbled yesterday when I was sitting down talking to the folks about the situation and what I called you about.
Yeah.
That shit humbled the hell out of me for some reason, dog. Because it was like, damn, like nigga really did some shit.
Hmm.
Like, like whoa. Even though you know what I'm saying, we ain't where we want to be, or we ain't seeing what we think we gonna see at the point in time. You know, all that shit come in due time. Us rushing, us being young in the game when it come to that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like we needed those people. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna jump into this topic, man. 18 ain't grown, right?
Hmm.
Oh,
I thought we were doing the other one.
I thought you said the last one.
I thought we were gonna do the one about the 18 man of the house. We are gonna do that on Wednesday and do the one before that one about the
Shit.
relationships today.
Hold up. What's it?
What the Ted go through?
Heck no. You said what about the last topic? If the last topic was 18 ain't grown. 18 ain't the age your son becomes a man.
No, that's the one you sent me today.
Right.
I'm talking about the one before that one.
Oh, your child ain't the man of the house? Then the only two are son.
No, the one about the relationships. It was something about. Hold on, let me see. You sent it. I want to see. I want to say you sent it through. You probably sent it through Messenger, but I thought you sent it through my through a text. Hold on.
About
This one we did,
relationships?
man. We got to do this one. But you sent like a picture with it. It was like a Like you screenshotted a post.
Boy, I'm lost now. But we been sending each other everything. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's one of y'all.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Men
Yeah,
don't
they
appreciate
gonna
when a
feel
good
that one.
woman is in their face. Alright, so y'all, alright, so we gonna change it, right? Because I did send that. That's my fault. We gonna change it, right? So,
I've heard through the grapevine that since some women thought we be coming off a little hard sometimes as far as
mm,
like
as far as who?
relationships and what I mean. We be talking about a lot of our dysfunctions as far as black people in relationships, and sometimes some people feel like we be going too hard on the women in the relationships. So I was like, yeah, when you sent me that, yeah, that'll be a good one to go ahead and set this year all real smooth with,
Bro,
man.
you know, it ain't gonna be no easier. It really ain't. Not when it comes to that.
Yeah,
Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. That shit ain't gonna be no easier, man. Because the same things apply, right? So,
right.
men don't appreciate when a good woman's in front of them, right? You started. Since I don't want to go too hard. I love the ladies and I want the ladies to come join the podcast too.
So
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. A lot of us don't. We can go back to what we was talking about earlier, to where a lot of this information we just didn't know because we only seen a lot of us only seen a certain type of way to deal with, what I'm saying, our mate.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, a lot of us need to really like take the time out and just like study relationships, study, what I'm saying, study your woman,
But the
learn
type of
about her love
relationship you
language.
want as well too.
Yeah, yeah, and the type of relationship, because we a lot of times, we grew up with the whole conventional. Okay, you get a girlfriend, you know, you stick it out, you know what I mean. You
Right.
you protect, provide, you know what I'm saying. You work your ass off, you
Right.
spend all your money on them, which you can if you got it. Don't get me wrong. I ain't saying I'm fully against it, but
But they say Jesus don't do it.
you feel me? When you go into these relationships, you got to know what you're doing, man. You know what I mean? You know all the different aspects of the game, so you can figure out what works for you. 'Cause a lot of us
Right.
don't really know what works for us. We just do what everybody do. You know what I mean?
Right. Indeed. 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 Right. So, mm, I think that also goes to knowing who you are, right? To knowing what type of woman fits your stilo as a man, your vibe, because you can find a good woman. That good woman don't match up with you, right? I know I passed up a few, and I ain't ashamed to say it. They gonna be some good wives. Just is what it is. They just not for me. And to get to that point, you gotta lose ego. Men, hey man, kill that ego shit. That ego gonna make you make some hella wrong decisions. But it
Explain
can,
to the folks what the ego is, real quick.
boy, that
For
ego
those
is
who don't
like
know.
that ego is that nigga that's wanting to brag inside of you and wanting the baddest mother. You know what I'm saying? The baddest female. You want the best looking car. You want to have the most money, right? That's part of your ego. And once you start feeding that side, it's hard to kill it, right? So understanding that money don't make you real. Money don't make you no better than the next motherfucker, right? Money is a tool to get you access to certain things in this life, right? But it's also like when you start to want to be the one. I keep using
What
the
does it
Matrix.
take to be number
why,
one?
why do I keep using the Matrix reference, dog? I watched that movie earlier and that shit was stuck in my head. But right, you want to be the one, and you keep feeding that ego, that narcissistic ego part, right? And that's where that narcissistic shit come in. It, but in feeding that ego, it makes you blind to other things. Like you can feel this is what your ego is, right? Oh, I got the money. I'm taking care of the house. She better do what I tell her to do. That's your ego.
Right.
That's 1,000% pure ego. Or she's saying, I need you more emotionally available, and you say, well, shit, I'm taking care of all the bills, I'm doing this, that, and the third. That's your ego. It has nothing to do with what the conversation is about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with ego as a man, you have to check yourself, or the right woman gonna check you anyway. One of the two. But a lot of people with those ego-driven ideas, ideologies, find women that they can control and manipulate with ease. And those are the motherfuckers you gotta be careful about, because they're gonna present their hand as one way, but their hand is always backwards. It's always what they can got there gonna receive. And men have a lot of problems with it, but it's starting to flip over to the woman side too, especially these women that be running these businesses and feel like they don't need a man. That ego shit start playing a large part in they lifestyle too. But like when killing the ego, it makes room to grow as a man, but it also makes room for that relationship to manifest something beautiful that you've probably never seen before. And because we've never seen, I guess, a successful relationship, and I'm not talking about success in money, right? I'm talking about like a well-rounded relationship where you see two partners actually getting along, and not just getting along for getting along's sake. We see a lot of that in the older community too. People that's been married 40, 50, 60 years, they together just because they ain't finna fuck with nobody else at this point in time in their life, and
Right.
they just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like they know
Mhm.
what it is. They know if I leave her now, I ain't gonna have shit. She ain't gonna have shit. So we just gonna tough it out, right? It's not a successful relationship. You know what I'm saying? What we see is we also see people being married just to be married sake. We also see those
They had
people.
a title, huh?
Right. Right. I want the wedding. I want the shine, the glamour. I want that spotlight to be on me. That's also a ego driven thing with women as well, right? That shit don't work. You see the sympathy marriages where niggas just been together so long and y'all done cheated on each other so damn much. Fuck it, I might as well marry you. That shit ain't gonna fucking work. It just look good. Like, dog, like
Lord mercy.
my last year of life, like really looking at myself and looking at surrounding things and like really reading and just like watching these self help like thought process shit. I picked apart so many different situations, dog, and it's like, damn, like have I really seen a successful marriage? And me personally, I really think I have, but again, it's in their form, not what
Right.
I would accept. You know what I'm saying, as a person. I know I done went around the globe, but understanding who you are as a person, right? Understanding your needs, your wants, what you would like to be treated as, is one thing. But it also goes to that point too, where I explained to somebody yesterday. Women live in a delusional world because they never get hit with raw reality like black men do. Like, if we just talking about our community, black men get hit with raw reality when they turn 18, right? A woman can finesse and finagle their way into their own crib. They can finesse and finagle their way into certain little situations, get shit paid, wow, whatever. A nigga can't do that shit. A nigga can't go to the housing authority. A nigga can't go get tenant. A nigga can't go get SNAP. We can't get none of that shit. So when we jump out there, we jump out there on our own. Hey, nigga, it's you. You got to go get it. We
Yeah.
get hit with reality, and women don't. And I don't know. That's a lot of shit. We can break that down real quick. Hold on. Yeah, that's a lot of shit. But those harsh realities and shit, man. A lot of women don't get it, and a lot of men, we jump out and we lead with ego because we taught to lead with ego
So
early
does
on.
that ego lead us to not know how to treat women the right way, or is
Partially,
it just
partially yes,
mm,
partially yes, but it's also your it's also your fault when you get to a certain age because you know it's wrong, and it's also your responsibility to correct it. Okay, it's not your fault. X that. It's not your fault. It is your responsibility to understanding the difference between treating her right and understanding what you need as a man, and also to learn how to appreciate each other. All of them, it's three different levels to it, but it's all three of those have to be dissected. You got to understand what you need as a man and what she need as a woman. You got to understand where you want to go in life and where she want to go in life. But you also got to understand, uh, damn, what was the third one? Damn, I lost it because I had another thought. This is the thought. What classifies a woman as being a good woman?
I mean, is she respectful, loyal? Uh, she's self-loving. She loves herself. Uh, yeah. I don't know.
See now, cause I don't met a lot of women say I'm a good woman. What does that mean?
I
Because
mean, it's kind of vague because you got different types of women. You got women that go about things differently.
right,
So
so if if her definition of a good woman is different from mine, then you can't say I don't know a good woman when I see one. I know my version of a good woman when I see one. Her version might be something totally different. It's
so
that
would you
point of
so
view and
would you be
perspective.
willing? Would you be willing to kind of compromise on certain things to try to make things work with a girl like that? But say for instance, y'all was just gelling like you can just feel the energy there. When y'all
Right,
go out, y'all hang, but sometimes those those differences and how y'all perspectives are kind of messes with the relationship. So are you
right.
willing to kind of compromise slightly to say, you know what, man, I can kind of maneuver around this with her real quick, play the juggle game with her to try to make this relationship work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to all the way, it ain't got to be my way all the way. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm willing to adjust to this. Do you feel like most men do that?
No, because I don't think they know how.
Mm.
Uh, and the reason why I say I don't think they know how, because that go back to actually seeing uh seeing a healthy relationship, but also, yo, what's up, Mr. Water? Just not seeing your post. I don't know why it ain't showing up in the chat.
Chat too. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know why it ain't showing up in the chat. But what was your question again, bro?
Um, like I was asking, like, would you be willing to like compromise with a woman? And is that most men's fault for not compromising on certain things and always wanting the relationship to be their way?
Again, I think that checks both sides. That checks both sides for male and female. But learning how to compromise them versus just trying to force an issue,
Right.
I don't think no one side can. I think that's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah, Mr. Ward said, your ego prevents you from taking in other information. You think you know it all. You don't take what your mate says into consideration. It hurts communication.
Ooh,
Right.
that's right. I really appreciate that, Mr. Ward. Yeah, my Facebook chat ain't coming up.
Yeah, man. The ego most definitely can lead you astray
Right.
quickly and swiftly, man.
And that hurts you on so many levels by not listening, because somebody can have a little insight that can nudge you in a different rate, that'll give you a different idea that you can now mix and compromise. You know what I'm saying? That idea together. I seen that even in my own past relationships, because like you get to the point to where y'all arguing instead of talking, and when that friction is there, ain't nobody listening. It's just a conversation Well, not even a conversation at that point. It's just an argument. You that's when you start passing that conversation mark and going to that argument level because no side is listening. Nobody's trying to find the common ground. So I think that compromise going on both sides. I don't think that's just a man thing. A lot of women are strong minded too. They don't want to. They don't want to necessarily compromise either. I met that on both sides. I don't think it's just a man thing.
So
Mm.
you think like, because you know they got the saying. I ain't even gonna say the saying. They, so apparently it's a statistic. I know we done spoke about this before
Right.
that women tend to get that thing away to 20% of the men. You feel what I'm saying? So is it? How can I put it? Like, is it because a lot of us have to emulate? You know what I'm saying? The kind of player, the pimp, the flashy nigga to get women that it tends to lead us into a situation to where we don't. You know what I'm saying? We can't compromise because we like, dang, we peeped that over here. These small amount, this handful of cats been dealing with y'all. You feel me? So I feel like if I try to be all the way this
Uh,
way for you,
right. I'm
you
the
know,
simp. I'm the simp in the
I'm a,
situation.
you feel me?
Right. Right.
And let's
It's
just keep
like.
it real. A lot of us tried it. We tried to be the simp, especially when we were jits, boy. Boy, that crashed in our face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got dunked on like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you feel me? So
So like so again, that goes to the imagery, right? We as young men look at it as like the nigga with the money get the girls, right? We don't look at the other side of it and say, what kind of girl is she? What can she provide? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about on a physical aspect, right? I'm just talking about what can she provide for you? Can she be the one that motivates you to get the next job? Can she be the one that motivates you to go back to school so y'all can level up together, or y'all can go to school together, y'all can work on this and that together? We don't look at none of that shit because we ain't taught none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, cause we going for what work. We going for like, man, look, this player. I know this player dude over here. He done hit 50 of y'all, but nothing.
Right.
So now you want me to turn around?
And wipe you up.
You know what I'm saying?
Niggas hit for phone cards and shit.
Come on, man. We've been seeing it for too long. So it's like,
Right.
man, hold on now. Y'all gonna have to be patient with us right now. Especially the ones that done got it together a little later on.
That's
Man,
what I'm
look.
saying. But that's the evolution and that's the evolving. Mr. Warren said you should marry or date someone that has a level of insight and intelligence anyway. So why not take what she says into consideration? I ain't gonna lie. I've been finding that one hard because you'll meet a woman and some of them seem intelligent, but when you start getting down to them hard conversations, they have no answers for it. So it's like the intelligence, like you might not respect them on an intellectual level in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
So does
So
that go in the way you pick your women from? Like,
hell yeah, it,
mm.
taking time when you date, you should expect all the things in them they want in a man. You should expect all the things they want. Right. So everything a woman want in a man, then a man should want that in a woman. But I don't I don't think we can find that shit. 3,000 said it best. We're gonna have to find our women in a damn museum. And I'm not saying that to bash women by far, right? I just look at they I just look at their upbringing. Like even when I look at my upbringing was so totally different from the nigga that stayed next door to me. That is wild, right? So when we think about on a global or on a larger level, nobody has those basic core root foundations that's gonna get them somewhere in life. You know what I'm saying? They're not taught. They're not taught the intellectual part. They're taught like what I was saying about the old, like the elders, right? They're taught to go to work, get a job, go to work, save your money, retire. And if you meet a cat like me or Smurf or some of the other cats we deal with, our mind is far beyond that. You know what I'm saying? And they might not grasp the concept. So it's
Yeah, I'm the type to take you to North Carolina to a mountain valley stream to pick for crystal stones and stuff. Like, yeah, I'm on that type of time. You ain't gonna get me
yeah.
conventional with me.
Like the post I commented under the other day. It was a dude. I met this girl. She screamed. I mean, she did a selfie at an expensive restaurant. She was like, first date $350. Uh, let's not let's not go for cheap dates in 2022. And I was like, and I commented on the post. I say, see, look, if you judging me off the first date, you gonna think I'm broke as shit. Cause all I want to do is just sit down and talk to you and just sip on something. And we ain't even talking about no real liquor. Like we just gonna sip on something and chill. I want to have the conversation. I ain't studying that 350 on my first date. Nah, ain't no way in hell. Ain't finna happen, right? When we get down the line and we start crossing over different levels, then yeah. But I'm not leading off with that. If I lead off with that, I'm trying to hit. And that's it. And I still ain't finna spend no $350 on a goddamn first date, bro. That's just too goddamn much for a first date. I'm not finna waste $350 to get to know you and then not like you at the end of the day, and I done burnt through. If the date was 350, what it took for the gas to get there? What outfit did you buy to go to that restaurant? You know what I'm saying? So the date itself might be 350, but you might spend $600 for the whole fucking thing, and I might not like you. No, you don't. No. Mm-mm.
So, do you think like it be kind of hard to deal with good women because we can't like it be hard to recognize because a lot of times we've been dealing with you know a certain type of woman for so long that when we finally get a good one, it's almost like, dang man, maybe let me weigh out my options a little bit more. Or, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
let me
You
take
just
let me
don't know
take my
what you got.
time. Right.
Yeah.
And then too, I say with me personally, speaking for my personal self, it ain't the fact that I know that I don't know I got a good woman or I'm dealing with a good woman. It goes to the point now is like, what am I willing to deal with in a woman? What am I willing to tolerate in a woman that uh that I can see myself sustaining for a lifetime, right? So it's like I might not like the way she wash dishes. Can I deal with that for a lifetime? That's what I look at now. Cause my uncle told me something, dog. He said he says every woman got problems. You just gotta figure out what's the bullshit that you want to deal with for the rest of your life.
Mm.
I said, oh, what you mean by that? And he was like, because everybody's gonna have problems. Can you deal with it for the rest of your life and be happy? Is it something that you can look over and you know what I'm saying and continue to love and cherish and honor this woman? And I had to sit down and think about that shit for a long time. It took me a couple months to even to grasp the concept because it was like one conversation and we walked by. It wasn't like the men sat down and had the conversation. So I was like, dang. And then I really just it clicked one day. Like, what are you willing to put up with? You know what I'm saying? If she can't cook, is you willing to put up with that for the rest of your life? If she can't iron clothes, are you willing to put up with that for the rest of your life? Like, what are the things that you willing to put up with?
That girl, man, look at you. You ain't scrubbing that plate of fried eggs off hard enough.
Men gotta travel in different. Men gotta travel in different and better circles. Birds of a feather gotta be equally. Man, listen, right? I understand that, Mr. Ward, for real. That's the 80-20 rule, for sure.
But even then, what if we ain't like we from the country, man? We from the low country. Like the chance of us growing up even ended up anywhere in any type of vicinity to those circles, man, was slim to none. Like a lot of us ain't get to them circles till later on in life.
And see, that's what I'm saying, right? So when we figure out the type of men that we want to be, and we see those men, we got to figure out for us now not only the obstacle of getting to those circles, right? The obstacle of leaving the country. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the city, understanding that you finna spend some money to be in some of these circles, cause like, listen, and we ain't shit ain't cheap, right? Ain't nothing
At
cheap
all.
no more at all. So it's like we have to jump those hurdles as men, right? And then like when you're dealing with people in our neck of the woods, all of them ain't on. We ain't all on the same level. Like we're not all equally yoked in any capacity. But niggas just want to find another tire they can roll with. Like, can you be the spare tire? They like, I can't get a spare tire. That shit be
Hey,
hard, man.
you got to branch out. You know what I'm saying? Got to really weigh out your options and go where they at. I was telling one of my partners, man, not too long ago. You feel me? Like, man, he we having this similar conversation.
Right.
I'm tired of these old man. They be tripping and wild and shit like that. I'm like, man, bro, you got to go to where the type of women you like. Oh, bro, you can't. You dealing with women that he dating women I know don't fit him. You feel me? I'm like, bro, you know
Yeah.
this type of girl ain't the type of girl you need to be with. She ain't in the reading novels and shit like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say what type of woman it was, 'cause, you know, it can't hurt a lot of girls' feelings. But, you know,
But but check it, right? Check it. I just had a similar conversation with another young lady, and we had like a 3 4 hour long conversation about past relationships. And as I'm going through my past relationships, she say, "Why you fuck with her?" I said, "What you mean, man? You know she wasn't for you. That ain't." I said, "Why you ain't hit me up and tell me?" She was like, "What you mean?" I said, "We've been so cool for so long. You could have pulled me to the side and we could have talked about either one of them, any one of them, and you never pulled my coattail." But now in hindsight, as an older man, right? I look at them relationships and was like, "Well, you ain't had now day to be with now one of them. You should have never had conversation with these females. Never." Because y'all ain't nowhere near on the same level. But that also go understanding who you are as a man too and being comfortable with this shit. Back in the day, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a slick nerd on the low when it comes to a lot of shit, right? If I would have accepted that back then, a couple of them females I'd have never knocked down. I'd have never touched. Period. But then now it goes. Now you deal with relationship after relationship after relationship, and like you said, you get to that point where you asking yourself, "Dang, is she really a good woman?" Well, I remember when Shawty did such and such, she was good too, but then she did this, or she did that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of.
You know,
I think. I
it's
think.
simple, but it ain't easy.
Right. I'm gonna say this too. I think a lot of men know what good women is, but I think it's also up to the women to start setting boundaries. Because men, we only do what y'all allow us to do. When it comes to cheating, when it comes to dating, we only do what y'all allow us to do, and that's 100% of the time. I can guarantee you that. I don't know why this thing tripping today.
But hey, if you dealing with a dog, you feel me? And he start, barking up the wrong tree. You got to know you got to let that dog go. But if you keep letting him back in the house, you can't get mad at all of us because that's what you keep dealing with. You choosing to deal with it.
Nothing but the dog.
Yeah, like going back to that stat. A lot of women have dealt with 20% of the men. You
Right,
know, you can't blame us for not knowing that you may have become a good woman now, but we ain't we trying to go find a good woman somewhere else because we might know of you and know how you been. You
right.
dig what I'm saying?
Or heard of how you did.
Yeah, and then to the good women that we do hurt, we didn't know, baby. You feel me? We didn't know. We've been dealing with this type of woman for so long. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like us not recognize, and a lot of times, a lot of cats do recognize it. You know what I'm saying? And they do stick it out. But I just feel like because we live in the age of negativity, they promote all the messed up bad relationships because them the ones that tend to blow up the most. You're
right.
gonna see a bunch of back and forth, a bunch of love. you're gonna see a lot of energy focused on a negative relationship because it's so entertaining and funny to watch in most cases. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But the positive relationships, I feel like are there. Some people just chilling, they ain't got to promote it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's something good, man. A real one ain't gonna mess that up.
No, but see, I've been caught in situations too where I know she's a good woman. I just gotta fold my hand because I know you're not the right one for me. And I think women have to understand that too. Like you might get with a good dude, and you might feel like he don't know that you're a good woman, but it's also that side to, are you the one for him? Being
Yeah.
being not just compatible because we both go to work, we both go to church, we both love kids. That's not compatibility enough to last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like understanding when to bow out gracefully. Like shit. Like I've regretted some of the relationships I've cut off. Only because I know it could have worked. But I just know that I would have been forcing myself to not be happy.
Mm.
That's another thing too though, right? So when you looking at a good woman, right, and understanding that that woman might not be the one for you, on the backside of that, can women look at men and say he don't know he got a good woman, or he don't know that that's a good woman he's dealing with? Like you might be a good woman, but you might not be the one for him. We're gonna have to get
Yeah.
comfortable with that shit for real. Like that's a hard pill to swallow, but we gotta get comfortable with it, cause like I'm telling you, boy, mm-mm. Being dating makes me regret saying no
What?
for real, because
Yes, sir.
I as a man I know I'm a unicorn. I know I'm rare, especially in this area, right? But I also know my thought process on top of that is more rare. So I know what I want, and I know where I see myself in the next 5, 10 years. Getting someone else to see your vision ain't an easy thing.
Yeah. For real.
It ain't an easy thing. But in the spirituality awakening side of finding my happiness, finding my finding my worth, and not willing to settle for not willing to settle for nothing less. That's a big thing. Cause you should be in the.
Yes, I'm in here, y'all. I was trying to get
Alright.
in for. How
What's
y'all
up?
doing?
What's up? Back in action with it.
I just got out of one meeting and coming over here, but y'all go ahead. I was listening to a little bit of what you was just talking about. But go ahead. I'm still. Let me catch up and see what's going on. What
Yeah,
I
but
done missed.
we talking about, right, men not knowing that they have a good woman, but we trying to play the devil's advocate and play both sides and not just strictly focus on the women, not, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, the shit can go both
Uh,
ways. But what I was saying is, right, on my spiritual journey, dog, over the last year, I found the happiness that a woman can never give me. And being able to stand on my own and say I'm not willing to accept her, you know what I'm saying, is a different
even though
ball
she a
game.
good woman,
Even
you
though
have
I
to
know
make
she's
her
good,
mine. Yeah.
yeah. It's like damn, what do I do? And I ain't gonna say I'm settling, but that's the only word I can think of right now. It's like, do you settle for that woman that you know a good woman, even though she's not the piece to your puzzle. She's part of the piece to your puzzle. Like she could work,
Mhm.
but she's gonna work on this aspect and not the totality of what you see in a woman. And knowing, right, you never get 100% of what you want in a relationship. Kiss
Right.
that shit goodbye, right? So
Right.
with me saying I'll settle for 85%.
Yeah, you got to, because I mean, uh, no one is going to be like the perfect. There's no such thing as like a perfect person, soulmate, or whatever. That's not,
Right.
no, because we're totally different people. We come from different backgrounds and we had different upbringings. We experience different things in life. We have different beliefs. So,
Hmm.
where you may click on certain situations, you're not gonna. So you really need to pick what is your red flags. What is something that's going to be like a definite no? Like, I can't do this. I
Right.
can't do, substance abuse, or I can't do verbal abuse, or you need to find out what your stops is, because everybody in a relationship is going to put up with something.
Hmm.
So it's just what you does in that 80 something percent. Do she have the majority of your goals or your no?
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I think I oh excuse I think I have got close to the 80 something percent, right? But it's certain things when it comes down to communication, when it comes down to just understanding each other and wanting to understand each other on a different level. I've met a few people like that.
But I mean, we evolve. We
Yeah.
evolve daily.
Hey, so let me ask this question to both y'all then, right?
Mhm.
Do y'all believe in soulmates?
Yeah, I believe how you said it.
What?
You said it plural.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Oh shit.
I believe in that. That's why I'm like, yeah, I do believe in soulmates. Yeah, yeah. Like,
So we
people
all
come in your life
okay.
for a moment.
Okay, so let me rephrase this question because you just pulled something I wasn't even thinking about. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I was reading this article one day, right? And this article says you have like three soulmates in your lifetime, right?
Hmm.
So let me be real specific. Do you feel like in any aspect you've met your soulmate, or at
I've
least
met
at
two of
least
three.
one of them? You met two of three.
Yes, I have met two of three.
What about you, Smurf?
Yeah, look, I know there's one. You feel me? I know.
Oh,
I say I've met him. You feel what I'm saying?
I think I've met two or three, and the reason why I say this,
Mhm.
right? Both of them good women, and we click on levels that I've never clicked on with any other female. But it also goes to that point where I just know the shit won't work, man.
Yeah, cause I got I got one that I know is just like, yeah, I know you can definitely be my soulmate. And then I got some that just on some homie shit. Like we just be cool as hell. What's happening? It ain't even necessarily got to be on no
Right.
relationship. Just like you,
Right.
like I was telling one who get on my fucking nerves. You feel me? Cause we had a little disagreement. Like,
Leave her
look, man,
alone, man.
I'm
You be
like, you
tripping.
my, I said, man, you like one of my soul partners, man. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping. Just, some people just tend to get in their feelings. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, you got people that you just connect with. You just got that connection
Yeah.
with.
But see, that's
You
what I'm
know?
saying, right? And you know that that's a good person, right? But you just know it won't fucking
It
work.
ain't gonna fucking work.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So when you say men don't know when they got a good thing, some men just know. Like at the end of the day, shout out, I love you to death,
Hmm.
but this shit ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna
Okay, so
work.
when do you start looking at yourself? Because I mean, and that's one thing we have to do. You got to look at yourself, because is everybody you meet is just not gonna work. You're gonna have to put up with something from somebody, or you're gonna have to tweak your list a little bit to
Right.
be in a relationship. So
Right.
at some point, you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, maybe I am too, thinking that it's just gonna be perfect. So maybe I'm just gonna have to deal with smacking. And I don't like people who smack when they eat, but I'd rather have that than to have somebody who snort and powder.
Nigga be hitting that boot behind the house.
Right.
Little
So
booger
Yeah.
sugar. Right
maybe his
there.
feet stink, but
But see, all those are things that you can work on, right? And it's like, even though you do have to work on yourself, what do
mhm.
you see? Mm, I don't even know how to phrase that shit. Like you see certain things that you can work on with somebody, but what if that person don't see it? Like I like this person. I think we can be good together. But it's this one thing I know that we can work on and get over it, and I'm gonna be fine with it. And despite all the other flaws that I see, this one is just like nitpicky, right? It's just like irritating me, and they don't see it. Then what?
You got to tell them. You got to be direct. Like a lot of times, a lot of us in these relationships because we don't want to offend the partner. Because I ain't gonna lie, some people always try to leverage the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Whenever
Mm.
arguments and stuff happen, they end up leveraging the relationship because they playing on your passivity or your naivety to they, you know what I mean, action.
All right,
And
Ti.
you know, so they
I don't think naivety was a word, but I'm gonna let this shit
I was about
slide.
to say, but go ahead, we got you.
naive, like when you naive, you're
Yeah,
naivety.
but
You
But
know what I'm saying?
naivety,
hey, I get what you're saying, but you said naivety. I was like,
naivety.
I
Yeah,
understand.
but you know they playing on your naivety,
Like,
and
I understand, nigga. Proceed.
Right.
you know, and
Mhm.
it make it hard for the relationship to work. You dig what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
like, damn, don't try to leverage the relationship on something that you know, because you feel offended on something that you know is real about yourself that you don't want to correct. And I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Don't play with a person's honesty. Like sometimes people just be honest. You can't be always offended by a person's honesty. You just got to be able to communicate
Right.
and comprehend
Right.
the
But that goes
situation.
back
So
to working on you. That goes back to like looking at myself like maybe why does that bother me? Why am I so uncomfortable with him being so bluntly honest with me? Like that's something I need to deal with.
Oh, that's me to the T. Every relationship I've been in, they was like, "Hey, why do you talk like that?" I said, "Talk like what? You just don't care what you say, do you?" I care, but I'm gonna say what's on my mind. Like I'm not finna. What you want me to do? Soften it up? You want me to put a little sugar in it? I ain't finna
Yeah.
fucking. I ain't finna happen. Ain't gonna happen at all. Because if I put
But I
sugar in
mean,
it, you gonna think it's. If I put sugar in it, right? You gonna think, well, oh, it ain't that serious. But if I tell you, hey, Shawty, I don't like that shit. Don't do that. Stop wearing. stop wearing.
fucking bonnet.
Stop wearing them them big ass motherfucking baby hairs. Your hair ain't that damn long. But, like, stop doing that shit. I'm not
no.
finna.
No. When you come at a female about her appearance or whatever, you need to come with tact. That's just common decency. You be like, babe, I really, if you, I would have, try not to do that this time and just see how it works. Cause I think I might like that better.
Oh, hell
Something like
no.
that.
Hell no. We got to tell
Yeah,
y'all straight
no.
up,
I'll be like,
man.
I'm
Baby,
going
look,
up
that shit ugly as hell.
there.
Hey,
I
listen.
ain't fucking with them damn long ass windshield wipers on my eye, baby. I can't fuck with it.
Y'all like
Uh-uh.
that shit. Y'all
Those
here you go
long
looking.
ass nails they be click click clicking. I can't stand that shit. That shit irritates the
Y'all
hell
like
out of
that
me,
shit.
man. No hell I
Y'all
don't.
Yeah, man. You know when women be on their wardrobe and makeup stuff, man. They be really feeling themselves, man. It's like us when we be trying to
Mhm.
put on our jerseys and our gear. You know, it'd be hard to
Right,
tell a nigga something, man.
right.
Man, boy, look at here.
But it's still to the point, right? It's like I've told a woman straight up, hey, that shit don't look good on you, baby. I'm sorry. I like the other shit, but that shit don't work. Oh, nigga, you just hating. What the fuck? Like, if I tell you I don't like it and you say I'm hating, like, what the fuck? Like, what? Why would I be hating? I'm with
Guess what?
you.
They'll tell us quick, fast, and a hurry, and I can't cap about that. We gonna
Right.
hear it
We're gonna hear it all day,
all
right?
day.
But when
No, what I'm gonna do, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call my sisters if we going somewhere like a cookout or something. I'm just gonna make sure I call my sisters on the way down and be like, y'all, he got that damn shirt on again. So don't we done talked
see,
about
look,
it.
we done
I
made it
can't
to the
get
group chat because we don't want to change the shirt. We made it to the group chat.
he can't, he will not stop wearing his shirt, but I don't talk to him, so don't be okay. Yeah, because he got them shoes on today. Or his socks is too big today. Or, we go ahead and tell everybody that beforehand.
Hey, what was them old shirts back in the day that had a little Chinese writing with the big ass tiger on them, man?
Oh, goddamn East Fashion Metro shit.
Do the shirt you talking about right now?
Boy, the motherfucking
Big
silk
tiger shirt.
shirts.
Yeah, those shit. Oh man.
And the shirts are extra large. They ain't never had the size to fit.
What the hell?
Collar,
Being there was a one size fit all.
what collar all loose and shit over here. God.
Them
damn.
samurai shirts with the yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's what
yeah,
we
every
do.
time now we might butt now, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck
Yeah.
that. It's my shirt. But man, look, y'all women, y'all gotta understand, y'all can't be sensitive when we tell y'all, man. Come
But we
on, man.
are, and that's just being courteous. That's just having tact. That's just being in a relationship, wanting the company of a female around you. You
I
gotta
feel you.
be sweet, and I do get it now.
What
There's
you mean
a
you
lot of
gotta be
females
sweet?
are very harsh, very harsh. Like I be seeing how my sisters and they significant others, and I be like, that it was real harsh. They just talk to them any kind of way, and I don't
Jimmy,
understand it.
look at
But
that. Look at that.
there's a lot of females that's real harsh, and I don't understand. That's not me personally, so I can't tell you
Oh,
about that
okay,
part. I don't know why people do that.
okay. So I'm gonna ask you, Tristan.
Hmm.
What defines a woman as a good woman, right? Because they say that the what we going at with this, the post that we seen said men don't know how to appreciate a good woman. So what is the criteria for a good woman?
Well, I believe, me personally, a good woman sees herself as someone who is first off, if she has children, a good mother, if she's nurturing, how she cares for her house and the people around her. That that makes us feel like, well, I'm a good woman. If I took care of my house, I cleaned up, I had. I'm busy. There's my son on the door, but I don't have it. He's looking for my phone charger. But we base on how we take care of other people as if we're a good woman. And let me see another way we base actually. So if you say we're not a good woman, we're thinking that you're attacking us as females, as being feminine, as being caring. So a good woman is someone who washes your clothes. If you notice that when you invite her over, all of a sudden your bathroom is clean or your dishes is cleaned or she washes a load of clothes for you. She checks your mailbox. Now we see that as us being a good woman. And a lot of men be like, "Oh, well, I can do that myself," but you're not. We're doing that for you. We're that's our role. And so that's when it goes back
Mm,
to like the women don't bring nothing but cooler to the table. That's not true. We do see that as a something
insult.
serious. So that's our body. But there's other things that a woman would do, a good woman would do. Now, a woman who's not a good woman, she ain't gonna do nothing for you. You ain't gonna see your house. You ain't gonna look around and see stuff organized. Your house ain't gonna be a home.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think nowadays the perception is a lot of the women that don't do majority of what you said are out here in the forefront, you know what I'm saying, trying to solidify the bag without, you know what I'm saying, leveraging all those other intangibles that you were speaking of.
How's
You
she
Mm.
know what
gonna
I'm
do
saying?
that? And how you gonna be a boss and a homemaker? It's impossible.
You know what I
No, it's
mean?
not.
I mean, I'm
I,
doing it because I'm single, and I
I've
want
seen no, I've seen some solidified women explain that shit, and it's like before I get to that point, if you're in the chat, drop down below and type the criteria for a good woman. Just something I want to know. But I've seen women on different levels explain it, right? That one I shared earlier today about her saying, "Stop calling her a strong woman. She don't never want to be called a strong woman because
I've seen that.
when you don't come to a strong anything's rescue, right? You don't look for that strong thing to be needing help, right? And as a female, she wants help. I want that male masculine energy. So I think
But that's what I was just
it,
about to say.
but see, I think it's how you play it though, right? Because like you might have to play it a different way in a different setting, but when you come home,
That's anti-feminism, is what you're describing. That's what she was. She was not. She was anti-feminine. A woman
what?
who wants to be seen as a good woman is going to value
Hmm.
being taken care of. She's going to seek out a man that's going to show his strength and supporting her. Now, there are women out there who are masculine. They are men in dresses. They are boss in skirts. And that's what they strive to be. You get what I'm saying? At one point, I thought that's what I wanted to be. But no, I want somebody to help me, support me, damn it. But that's my baby what she wants. I mean, then it goes back to like, what type of woman are you looking for? If you think
Mm.
that You want a woman who wants to take care of the house, then expect her to be a woman who wants support from you, who looks for you to provide. But if you feel like you want to want to have a boss, then look for a woman who boss and masculine, and she ain't gonna need you for nothing.
Yeah, I feel
And
that's
I
why a lot
mean
of relationships
nothing.
struggle. That's why it's kind of hard for like the point of this topic. Like, is there good women?
Mhm.
Because it's like clearly a lot of these women is mad as hell right now.
Right.
We see it constantly on social media. These same women, a lot of them bossed up. Like they got all this shit together. They provide them for themselves significantly. They don't need no man. But
Right.
at the
You
same
alone.
time, you're coming out here renting, demanding a man. But once you get a man, you ain't treat him like one. It's only so many times you're gonna little boy a nigga.
But she
You
done
feel me?
showed you that. She said, I'm a boss. I'm a boss.
But see
Like
that
I'm
that don't mean you can
you
disrespect
know,
my boundaries as a man though. And I think that's where a lot of women get their jump flipped out of it. Like you,
yeah.
it
Because
the
men don't pay attention to the signs. She basically telling you the type of woman that she is. And you think, oh, that shit sexy, man. You can't lay your business and shit. Yeah, nigga. I'm gonna tell you when you gonna do what you gonna do to me.
mm.
Bye.
Oh Lord.
I'm saying that's why it be hard for women. See, now these women, they want to take that same mentality to that 6-figure high value man, and they
Can't
ain't
do
putting
it.
up with it.
Can't
They
fucking
ain't
do it.
putting up with it whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Two
No,
alphas cannot cohabit the same
that's right.
environment.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Two sticks
Right.
can't play in the same yard.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Ain't gonna work. I had to tell somebody that, right? I'm gonna tell you the craziest shit, right? I was one of the soulmates, right? And I know she was a soulmate because we just clicked on. That shit was ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah, I probably was a flame, but go ahead.
nah. I know. I'm gonna say this. I know she was a soulmate because she blocked me on everything. When I call, she gonna answer. It don't matter.
Yeah,
She
you know
gonna
what
answer.
time it is. When they can't have you on the social medias, they don't want to see what you
Man,
got going on. Yeah.
she like I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about she even blocked me on her phone. Like, but when my call come through, I know what it is, and she know what it is, and that ain't bragging or boasting. But she wanted me to leave, right? So I made a couple scenarios, some things that we needed to play out to get to where we wanted to go. She didn't follow, right? She leaves, she moves, and it took a minister in the church to tell her the exact same thing I told her for her to listen. Like word for word, what I said is what he said, and a year later, you started listening. Like how the fuck? Excuse my language, but like how? You know what I'm saying? When you find that man or you find that good woman that can lead you into a direction and you don't listen, I don't know. Some women think submitting is a bad thing, and it's not. It's just not. Submitting to the right person ain't a bad thing. Submitting to the wrong person
Right.
will lead your ass down the road that you riding on all donuts and can't get a new tie, right? But submitting to the right
Right.
person with the right head on his shoulders, this and even at this, right? If you're dating a man in some way, in some shape, form, or capacity, you have respect enough for him to be in your womb or in your space, right?
Okay.
But when you ask him to lead, you don't listen. Like what the fuck?
I mean, it's that
You you can't do
it's
that.
like it's kind of like that TikTok when you can like she just said it at the radio station when if you can tell me something you can tell me something but if you can't tell me nothing you can't tell me nothing. It's like it's like you said she got to have a respect for you but just because she's dating you and even if she's having sex with you don't mean that she you can tell her what to do because I mean everybody has guards everybody has walls up but it's like that sounds like to me it was her background because I grew up in church and that's why I don't like to go to church because I grew up in church. And so if you come to me tomorrow, some baby, we need to go see a pastor. I'm gonna reject everything you and the pastor got to say. But
No,
that's just me.
I don't.
because that's how I was raised. My background.
I was raised in the church too, and I don't believe a lot of the stuff the Bible say. But I'll sit down and talk to somebody long enough to see where their mindset is, right? And then after that first initial meeting, I'm gonna tell you, hey baby, that's some bull. We ain't going back there.
Right. That's how I
I'm gonna
am.
I'm gonna I'm gonna kill my ego enough to listen, right? But I ain't gonna listen too long. Don't- I'm gonna,
The
I'm gonna
first
tap,
thing to shut me up is say,
I'm gonna tap you
"Oh,
on the
I got
thigh.
apostle, I got elder," and I'm be like, "Okay, I'm done. This conversation ain't for me. We finna call the bishop and okay, y'all have fun."
It's two ministers I like, but I don't know their name, but they younger. That dude that just
Hmm.
it's a younger dude that got a box that just went viral on TikTok a couple times when he was like, just because you compatible not don't mean you together. And the way he break that down, then there's another younger guy. He's a pastor out of Texas. He has a series on something about marriage or leading into marriage. He fire. Like both them fire. Because they bring it to you from a different perspective and it's not just 100% biblical. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I meant earlier about we're not mixing enough of the world with the Bible to get people to understand. When you strictly stay in
Right.
that Bible, you lose people because those scenarios don't even work
Hmm.
no more. You know what I'm saying? Like you will have
Hmm.
certain things to say, okay, I can see the book of Daniel chapter 2 in this person, right? But this
Right.
other nigga over here, or this other female over here, I don't see an Ecclesiastes woman. You know what I'm saying?
Not
I don't see
relatable.
that. She's somewhere in the middle. She's not she's not the old guard, or she's not the new. She's some, you know what I'm saying, mixed in between. And we have to find a way to deliver those messages. That's what I'm saying, right?
It's gonna take a lot of practice,
Right,
a lot of awareness, because at the end of the day, we've been brought up as black people in white supremacist America, and it created a lot of dysfunction in our communities. You feel what I'm saying? And let's just keep it real. A lot of our relationships came off of survival and struggle.
right,
Hmm.
A lot of people really got to go back and not just, what I'm saying, read the Bible, but understand your history so you can understand the dynamics of the type of relationship that black people had. A lot of
right,
people really don't know. You just looking at it from how you saw your parent, but how did your parents get to that point?
right,
What was the patterns? Because if we gonna be honest, I'm gonna say something that's gonna really shock a lot of people. A lot of our granddaddies and daddies was tricks. They was either pimping or tricking. You feel me? Rolling Stones
I
players.
believe it. Oh yeah.
You know, and a lot of old heads, what I'm saying, they used to how they kept their woman. A lot of them beat on them
Yep.
down here in
That's
the country.
true.
Like, well, that
Hmm.
was a lot of the relationship dynamics, and a lot of it
Yeah.
shows
yeah,
today.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've noticed the pattern. I've seen it.
right,
But a lot of people ain't even aware enough to know that. So I'm saying that's why people got to really sit back, like you said, got to know themselves and know your family.
right,
Yeah.
For real.
Because me and my mom was talking about this the other day. Like a lot of these people back in the day, how they made these relationship work is that they had an understanding. Like if you gonna go out there and mess with Susie on 11th, 12th Avenue, I better not hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then a child was born or whatever. And if he did have a child with Susan over there on 12th Street at 12th Ave, he took care of that child and told Susan, "You don't disrespect my wife. I
but
deal with you over here,
see,
but you're
not
not gonna come to my wife. You gonna
that's
come to my house."
that they go back to them old Betty Wright songs and stuff, right?
But that's how it was, and that's how granddaddy and great great grand that's how they stayed together.
But
Yeah.
it's two things about that though. Back then, side piece knew they was a side piece.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
never
that's true.
crossed that line. Today, that ain't the
Hmm.
case.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That is not the case. A side piece will not stay in her place, right?
Get known on the
Then
right.
ground.
then you got the internet. Nigga ain't had a gram. Nigga ain't have no type of social media whatsoever, right? And so a nigga could, small as body is, a nigga could have had a whole nother family on the other side of the tracks and nobody knew
Yeah.
nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Small as body is.
Hmm.
You can't
Yeah.
even do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
So with
mm-hmm,
that being Dad, do you think that God men are actually can be like not celibate, I'm sorry, monogamous?
My view on that, I don't think black men are supposed to be monogamous.
I don't either.
I
I really
really
don't
don't.
believe it.
I don't believe black
Mhm.
folks as a culture is designed like that. That's just my point of view. But I think black men are strong enough to be monogamous. But that goes back to what I said when we first opened up about checking the ego, about killing the ego. Cause a
Mhm.
lot of niggas want that notch under their belt. Oh boy, I hit her, she was so bad. Oh boy, I got her on the side, my old lady at the house doing this. It's that ego shit. And once you kill that ego, man, you will know that just cause she the baddest and she on the side, it ain't even fucking worth it sometimes.
I can kind of, as a woman, because I'm not a man, I can kind of see that it could be partly ego, maybe in some situations. But honestly, me looking into a woman dating, being cool with a lot of men, being on a construction site for 3 years, I feel like it's time, place, and opportunity. If the opportunity is there, y'all got enough time, and it presents itself, he gonna go.
Damn
He gonna
right.
go.
We men, we dogs.
They married or not, committed or not,
My dog
engaged or
been in
not,
all my life,
he
yeah.
gonna go.
Hey, long as that thing come up. I hate
And
to say,
that's why
I
I
hate to say
say I
it
don't
like
think
that,
that men do it.
but I'm gonna say because she asked the question about men being monogamous. Men are outborn in the world on a ratio of 4 to 1. Statistically, we shouldn't have to be monogamous. And
Right. You do.
you go to places like Atlanta, like it's like for one man, it's 17 women.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, what am I gonna be monogamous for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if I find that right one, and I done been out there already,
Mhm.
then it's gonna be easier. But for a younger man coming out the gate, and we not taught how and where to place our shaft. Some niggas just throw their
Mhm.
shaft everywhere. It's
Yes,
residuals on
sir.
that shaft when you pull out. Don't care how many times you wash it. There's some residuals on that shaft when you pull out. And the residuals gonna
I'm
fuck you up.
telling you.
And
I'm telling you.
like we're not taught that part. I taught my sons that, right? You can't just stick everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That woman might got some demons that gonna rub off on your ass. Or she just
Mhm.
might have a little bit of crazy tendency that might seep down deep into
Mhm.
you. You can't play with everybody. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But
That's
again,
right.
like we not taught that. But you think black men should be monogamous, Smurf? You just think is
No,
it
do you think
possible?
they can?
Yeah, you think it's
Yeah,
possible
yeah.
for black men to be monogamous?
There's plenty of cats that's
Um,
monogamous. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they can definitely be
by force,
monogamous. Huh?
Can't force
by
nobody to
force,
be.
fear of rejection, fear of what people are going to say. Either they're in a relationship, like I mean, a marriage, or some type of religious thing that's keeping them. But I really don't think men can be monogamous.
I mean, but at the same time, I mean, that's hey, it's just a part of life. Like some things you have to bend to. If you have to be
Exactly.
forced to bend to it, then yeah. But you
Mhm.
know, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? What you
Right.
choose and what you can do. What's your capacity?
Yep.
Let's just keep it
That's
real. A productive, powerful man with resources, man. Look, man, woman gonna
right.
ride with him thick and thin, bro.
Right.
Right. That's
Yeah,
it.
she
Yep.
might try to slander him like little Jada Pinkett, but at the same time, get what? He ain't
Man,
getting nothing no higher
Jada
than
Pinkett is
Will
her
Smith.
own man.
listen, I'm
And
finna
that's
say,
scary.
I'm finna say this shit, dog, and I truly believe it. I heard another nigga say it the other day, and I had to really think about it. If a woman ride for you and she really for you, she'll never slander you in the streets, bro.
But
She'll never do it to that point because she know what it looks like to a man, right? Not only just ego, but his stature as a man, right? If you can dog this nigga on Facebook on a post, then you really don't have any respect or love or admiration for this man. You just fucking around. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't it shouldn't go to that
But a
point.
man really builds his woman's view of him. Think about it. When a man approach a woman, and most of the time men do the approaching, he comes up just being this sly, confident, whatever how you doing, beautiful? Let me take you out, smooth, little suave, little thing. So that's what she falls in love with. That's what pulls us in. Like, yes, girl, he's so smooth, girl. How about he told me yes, but he know how he be dressed, and that's what we fall in love with. And then you get there and you ain't even smooth. You must have rehearsed that because you can't even spell.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
like you
game.
that's what I'm saying. And so that make a woman feel like that builds resentment, that builds false hope, that you don't let us down, and we feel taken advantage of because women we're supposed to go after the strongest and the boldest because we're supposed to mate with that and produce with that, and you done bamboozled us. So that's where a lot of women start really like not disrespecting men, but having resentment towards men. And so it is easiest for us to say, you need to do this, you need to fix this, you need to
Hey,
fix
look,
that because you came to
Let,
me
hold
and
up.
you lied to me.
Let me ask you this question: do you believe men fold under pressure around beautiful women? Like that nigga might have had enough confidence to say, and it might have been liquid confidence, right? To come up to you, get your number, and say, "Let's go out on a date, woo wow, whatever. I think you're pretty." What without that liquid confidence, he get around you and he clam up because he don't know what to do.
Mm, I don't know. I mean, mm,
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you that's factual. That is
Oh,
100%
really?
factual. That nigga will crumble under pressure. So when he go to being goofy around you and just yeah, that nigga nervous as shit.
One thing that kill a relationship that I've been seeing a lot of in a lot of single groups is because the question was what for women, what stopped, like what killed the relationship. And it's always when y'all men do that shut off stage where we talking good and we vibing, and then all of a sudden y'all don't pick up, y'all don't respond, and all of a sudden, oh, you funny, like, or you was cute or whatever you did. Like, what, nigga, I don't forgot, I moved on from you because
Guess
you
what?
ain't answering my phone calls, you short texting me and nothing. I don't.
I seen a
My focus
TikTok
on
about that,
something.
right? You know what that is?
What?
He done had clarity. He done dumped this pressure off his valve, and he just got 100% clarity, knowing that, hey, I like her. I done got this pressure off, but now I got pure clarity, and that ain't what I need in a woman, or that ain't what I want in a woman.
Okay, man. Mm.
Yeah, he might
Real
not be
shit.
trying to hurt you. He might not be trying to hurt your feelings by saying, "Yeah, Shawty, you know what I'm saying, this ain't gonna work out, so I'm gonna just go ahead and trap you
But
just
wouldn't
because
that be the manly thing to do?
Hell no.
depending on the woman, because
Come,
some
hey, guess
women,
what?
boy,
We gonna be in a group chat just like we was in the group chat for not wearing the right shirt to the cookout. We gonna be in the group chat for real then.
But
And
you gonna be
men,
in the group chat now. You
but
gonna
but
definitely because I'm
but
talking
but
like, oh, he had it.
but guess what? Men know that, and I would rather be in a group chat for that than a damn t-shirt or not wearing the right shoes.
That's cowardly. That's cowardly because we grown. That's cowardly. If you cannot sit there and call her and be like, look, I don't think this is gonna work out. Maybe, what the why what's wrong with saying that? Because we don't mind telling y'all. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm in a
But
now
relationship.
y'all,
This
that's
now
ain't
the
gonna
y'all
work
double
do the
out.
same
I
standard.
got a
thing.
That's
man.
the double
You gonna
standard
pay
too,
me?
though.
Yeah, y'all
That's
do that. Y'all do that.
that's the double
You
Y'all
gonna
standard.
famous
pay
for that
me?
too.
That's the
Why is
double
she about
standard.
to me? You gonna pay a bill? You wasted my time. We don't mind telling y'all, so why would y'all tell us? Like, I guess it's the same thing about sex because we won't tell y'all when y'all bad at sex unless you piss us off. Most of the time, y'all be terrible and we just won't tell you, even when you piss us off.
Them niggas that got money, that's the nigga that done swabbed his way in that ad. That's all that is. He got his way in. And now it's like, damn, you don't want to just cut the nigga off because you done built him up to all your homies and shit. So now you try to stick it out. But you can't
Well,
blame all up for that. You know what I'm saying?
I
I just think
mean,
it is fucked up though.
it's a double standard too, though, man. Because men can't tell women the truth. You know how
Mm.
hard it is for a man to tell a woman the truth and she accept it.
Not hard now in 2022. It ain't. It
Oh
seems like the last few years with
shit!
all these Kevin Samuels coming up and boosting up these dudes' heads, they tell a woman about anything. Like
Hey,
it's bad.
I'm gonna say this. I put my kids on Tariq Nasheed yesterday. He just brought back Mac lessons. That Mac lesson series. I just put my boys on that shit yesterday. So,
Boy, them boys gonna be dangerous, boy.
hey, you know what it is. But like, I don't know, man. I need women to stop saying this, and I need everybody to stop saying this. That
Hmm.
whole, oh, it's 2022, we ain't accepting this. Don't nobody give a damn what year it is. That is one of the most irritating statements to me in life. I don't give a shit what year it is. What are you willing not to accept at this point? But
Right.
also knowing what your I hate to say value because that shit sounds so fucking degrading. But
Mm-hmm.
Value, say it, value.
like
What
know
you
your
mean?
value, man. Like there's no way that you can go into Google demanding a six-figure salary and you don't have the information to back it. So the same way you can't go into Google to that, you can't go into a relationship demanding this when you only bring this or when you only value here.
I agree with that. I do. I agree with that.
We have to start realizing where we at. If you're an average woman, then you need an average man. Get you an average
I
man
agree with that.
and build him to that six-figure nigga or eight-figure nigga, whatever, right? But make sure he's capable of obtaining that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that go both ways for men too. And
But I
my
really feel like a lot of females, now there are some, but I do feel like a lot of females know that. And so that's why Kevin Samuel type mindset type guys irritate me because you constantly sit there and say, y'all want six figure guy. No, we really don't. Honestly, I don't make six figures. I just want a guy that's consistent and reciprocates.
but you
Man,
said
look, that
but
man,
you
the
but
man
you
did a
said something
poll.
earlier too though. You said I want to be taken care of. The average
Yeah.
nigga can't take care of you like that. Ain't no
But
Birkins.
see,
Ain't no Louis Vuittons.
See,
Ain't
I don't
none of
even like
that.
that. You look, I ain't got a lash, a piece of makeup. My hair ain't even done, no nails. I'm not that type of female. So it really depends on the type of female you're talking about. The type of females you chasing might be that type of
Come
female.
on,
See,
like
I'm not.
let's keep it real. A majority of women want a dude that got it going on financially. Cause
I just
buddy,
don't want you in
this
my
dude that I
pocket.
follow, he's basically where Kevin Samuels got his game from. And he has a big following when it comes to like relationships and giving relationship advice. He did a poll and he said how many women wants a six figure guy and how many women wants an average man will settle for an average man. Man, it was like 90 something percent of women wanted a six figure dude. And these are thousands of women on this post now. Let's just keep it real. Most women don't want no average man because the average man is struggling.
Uh-huh.
You feel what I'm saying? You will settle with an average man if he's very attractive. But even then, it's like after a while, once you know what I'm saying, the lifestyle ain't matching the attractiveness, then there's problems.
Uh, I'm definitely in that 90 something percent. I mean, I'm in that 10%
No, you
because
should say.
I'm not that. I'm not that type, but
But
I'm in
but
that 10%.
but see the thing too is man, like when we start understanding the value or where you at in life or even where you at in the region,
Yeah.
that determines a lot when it comes to that money play. You know what I'm saying? Or where you trying to go with the money play. So it's like that shit go both ways too. I don't know. I think we all got to do a better job. Like again, I just think we was taught wrong
Yeah,
as kids, man.
yeah, it
I
go
think we
both
just
ways and we learning, man.
yeah we learn it. It's our responsibility to learn, but we play behind the ball. We as black people play behind the ball in every facet of life because we are rushed to grow up.
Do.
We
Yeah,
are
that's true.
we are rushed to grow up, and we ain't ready for that shit yet.
That is
You
so true.
you're not ready. So
But something that's why when I'm doing my lives and stuff now, I try to say we need to start normalizing. We need to change each other's thinking. We need to stop letting each other carry on foolishly and be like and just correct each other in love. Like, no, sis, you cannot work at McDonald's and have a man who has a corporate, he's not going to be interested in you, but you can get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can maybe need to go to school, or you might just need to take some classes or invest in yourself. But do not expect that because you're going to always let yourself down. Okay, sis?
Yes,
We need
bro.
to start normalizing those talks between each other. Like,
right,
no, dude, you don't need to sit in this woman's house and be like, these ain't my kids. And the last nigga she was with didn't do it. I don't know why she expecting me to do it. No, sir, you need to move out until you are, or you need to help her with bills and help her with them children as the day go by. We need to normalize having those conversations with each other so
hey,
that we can do better.
so now I'm gonna ask you a question, cuz,
And I'm
and
gonna answer
I know
truthfully too.
I know it, but it's kind of like a broad spectrum thing because I ain't on the female side of
Okay.
things. Some women, even if you still in the live, right? Answer this question: do women realize how much of a responsibility it is for another man to raise another man's kids?
Yes, because we're raising someone else's children, especially if we only dated you and got pregnant by you and then you left us. We don't even know what we're dealing with, honestly, but we are doing it every day. No one gave us a pass. We was it's just put in us as black people that we the baby gonna just be with the mom. I'm just she tripping. I'm finna go. So yeah, we do know that pressure, but we do it.
I'm saying for the stepdaddy niggas now, for the niggas that's coming in and being
Okay.
the stepdaddy, right? Is there? Do y'all realize how hard that shit is?
I guess when he is trying to break in between the mom and child relationship,
Hmm.
I could see how that because that's a bond, most of the time, some of the time. But
Right.
nowadays, females don't really care. They be chasing these niggas and half stepping their kids, and it's pitiful.
Hmm.
And it should be a caution, I think. I think a dude should be cautious. He should approach it a certain way. He should allow um a certain amount of time before he is allowed to talk to the child a certain way and certain stuff happen. It does need to be conversation and it is gonna take time, I believe, if it's a healthy relationship. You shouldn't be allowed to come in and just whoop him, or whatever.
Yeah.
There should be a time limit. So
Yeah.
yeah, he should
Boundaries. Yeah.
approach it cautiously.
Yeah. Like it's a mental obstacle. I have to say that for myself because I've done it before, but now I'm at a place
Mhm.
where I don't want to do this shit no more. Like it's a mental
I
obstacle for
respect
me.
that.
It's a like I'm jumping gymnastics, and I guess certain aspects make it more easier than others. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like discipline and structure and all the other stuff, right? It make it easier for the man to be able to step in and like, okay, I can deal with that. But like, it's a thing. And to be honest, I was never taught that as a child. The conversation that I got as a child was, if you love that woman, then you got to love her kids the same, which is I completely
Mhm.
agree with. I roll off the earth. But
Mhm.
as a man trying to build something, taking care of other people, I ain't gonna say just taking care of other people's kids, raising a family is a different ball game. If you're
Mhm.
trying to build wealth and build other things, and then you get with a woman that's got, let's just say, 3 kids, 4 kids, you're dealing with a different ball game than a woman with 1 kid or one child, right? And what you're willing to accept and deal with, lo and behold, that motherfucker got more than one goddamn baby daddy. Bro, that shit, that's hell, man. Like, if I, and I didn't learn that until I started listening to Kevin Samuels, to be honest. I'm going to be 1,000% honest. About picking your women with kids, like really understanding what you're getting into. I
Yeah,
didn't I
I
didn't
agree.
really understand that shit until I started listening to Kevin.
I agree. You definitely need to see because even being friends with another female who have children, I really need to see what type of female is, what type of parent she is, because I have killed relationships with females because of how they parent their kids. I just can't deal with them. You don't discipline your kids, or you think your kids is privileged over my kids, and you you sometimes just don't take care of them. And I just don't want to sit around and watch these children be neglected because I'm ending up calling CPS, and you really gonna hate me. Yeah, even being friends
Right,
with somebody with children, it is it
right.
is. It's a lot to think about, take into consideration. Do I
Mm,
want a man with kids? I prefer not. And the reason why I say that, and I feel like I can say that, even though I have 2 children and I'm a single mom, I can say that I don't want a man with kids because my kids are to the age where they pretty much take care of their damn self. So I can literally say I
mm,
can choose to date a man that do not have children. Because when I get married again, I believe that the man is going to be my man. He's not going to need to be their father. They have a father.
No,
That's
no,
how I feel.
no. He still got to be
What
their
do you
daddy.
mean no?
He still got to be their daddy.
They have a daddy.
He got to be the stepdaddy.
He ain't got to be. He got to be my husband.
No, he got to be.
He got to be.
He got to be.
He
There's
got to
there's
be.
there's no way that you should let a man in your life that can't be a role model to your son.
Listen to me though. My son is 12. Okay, my oldest is 12. My baby boy is 10. I'm not even dating anyone. So if I marry someone, it's going to be 3, 4, maybe years down the line. My children going to be up there, 15, 16.
And he
They're not going to
still,
need a father.
yes, they are.
They have a father.
No, man. They still got to understand game from different
Now,
levels.
they're going to have like common respect, especially if we're living together, this, that, the third, of course. But as far as him feeling, I don't want you to feel no pressure like you got to raise
He
these
he
boys because
he got to.
they raised.
He got to. They not raised.
At that point,
18 they ain't grown. 18 they ain't grown.
I mean,
They at all. Like that's not the standard for grownness. 18 a number is not the standard for grownness.
right. I mean, I understand that. They're always gonna be my children, and I was gonna be their mother. As long as he understand that the relationship between me and my son,
No,
that's my baby.
but see
Don't
when
say that, oh, we going to Miami. No, my son called me. If I feel like I need to go, I'm gonna be there. Our trip to Miami gonna have to wait. I'm still gonna be a mother. But I'm not gonna have him come in
hell
and be
no,
like, no, I
girl.
got kids, so
No.
because then that ain't his
So
responsibility.
so if your new boo thing say,
Mhm.
I got a trip to Miami,
Yeah.
paid for, let's go. You mean to tell me you can't make sure the kids situated and go?
No, I'm saying if like I feel like I need to be there. Like I said, if I feel like I need to be there, then I'm gonna be there. What I'm saying is that I will put my relationship on hold if I feel like I need to be a mom, but I'm not expecting him to feel like, oh, she got these kids, so we ain't gonna be able to do much. No, we gonna go, baby. We gonna go. I'm gonna call Drew. I'm gonna send the kids to my mom's. Whatever we gonna do, I'm going to live my life, and this is my man. We're gonna take trips. We're gonna have fun. He's here for me. He's not here for my kids.
I kind of feel what you're saying on that.
I feel what you're saying, but I feel like it's so wrong at the same time.
Because they're not babies no more.
It
They're
ain't the
not
fact that
babies.
you don't think they're gonna need advice at 18, 25, 30?
If he chooses to be that, it's thankful, but it's not expected of him. He's my husband. That's for me.
No, it's not. Fuck. No.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, cuz. I get what you're saying. And I understand it, right? I understand it. But what if your kids can't go talk to Drew about something? Then they're gonna look to him. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Right? If
Yeah.
they look up to him in that manner, that aspect, Smurf, wake your ass up, man.
Right.
Man, look at him, man. Long day.
I'm gonna go there yawning like a mother. That nigga making me tired. We finna jump off here though.
My man, look at him, man. Look.
But what I'm saying, right? Like if your kids don't look up to Drew as the guy that I can talk to about
Mhm.
XYZ, then I should be able to go talk to my stepdaddy about it.
Right.
Right? So he have to be a father figure, a father like figure. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To a degree. I ain't saying he the daddy, like nah, he ain't the daddy, but he still has to.
Yeah, he got to be mindful of being able to step up whenever needed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I
Got
would
to.
want that. I would hope to have that.
No, that's a
But as
must.
far
That's a
That's
must.
really a must. You need it.
That's
I
a
man.
must,
mean,
cuz.
Yeah, that's a must.
That's a
but it's
must,
not.
cuz. It
And I'm
is.
gonna tell you why it's not. But it's not
Man.
because, like you said yourself, women don't think that's pressure, man. That's pressure on us. Well, that's one thing I'm marking off my list. I'm gonna take care of my boys. You take care of me.
It is a unwritten rule, like I just said. If
No, that's
I
that pressure y'all think y'all got.
no,
You ain't got no
no, it
pressure.
is an unwritten rule. Like I said, that I was raised to say, if I love you, I have to love your kids the same. And what I do for you, I
Mhm.
also have to do for your kids. And if I cannot do that, then I don't need to be in that relationship. Period. If you're dating a woman with kids and you can't see about her kids like you see about her, get your ass out of that relationship.
Okay, so who puts that pressure on men to that date women with children that they have to step up? Y'all must do that to yourselves. because I just clearly
Yeah, I do that.
explained my position, and y'all telling me, "Oh
I
no,
I
but he
get
gotta be
it.
the daddy." But what if he say he can't, but he still loves me,
Nah,
No,
you see,
and
you don't
we
want nobody like
clear?
that.
you
You
know,
don't want
You
but
know
nobody.
what
see,
I'm
that's
saying?
because now he doing half the job.
Now
You
he
know,
ain't no monster,
but
but
but what I'm saying is now he's doing half the job. You get fired for doing half the job, don't you? If you go to somebody else's job and you cannot perform to the level that they want you to perform at, you get fired. Same way in a relationship. I can't love you and do for you and not do for your kids. I can't be sitting back here playing PlayStation in the room by myself and
that
the
is
kids
not
ain't got
a
no PlayStation in the room
requirement.
in their room.
That's not a deal breaker for me though. Like if he were to say, "I know you have children, but I honestly don't think that I would be like
Listen,
a good father to them."
okay,
I
that
was like,
nigga,
"Well, are you gonna try
cuz,
to hurt them or molest
cuz,
them, or
cuz,
we're gonna break that down?"
cuz,
But
put this
no,
shit
it's
on your
not a
list.
requirement for
Put
me.
that, put this shit on your list. That is the number one thing on your. That's the number one. That shit comes first. That shit
Okay,
comes
so
first.
but their father is active, so now what?
It doesn't
And I'm
matter.
just like, I got my kids. I don't actually
It
had this
doesn't.
conversation with their father. I was like, Drew, how would you
It
feel like
does
if a
not
dude was
matter
like he didn't want to? He was like, okay, I got my kids. My kids are old enough to call me,
because
communicate with
that
me.
to me that's saying that he's not loving you fully. He can't. He's incapable of it. If he
Mm-mm.
can't deal with your kids,
When I get in a relationship, I want him to be for me. It ain't for my children like
so you
that.
selfish now.
A little bit. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know I'm a good mother, and my children are decent kids for real.
I mean
And so
that's
I feel like
cool.
I got this. Like I got this. I'm ready to do me. I'm ready for me.
Trying to get that bottom knocked out. That's what she's saying. That's the
Mm.
top requirement right there. She can't. She feel like the regular
No,
cats that ain't bold enough and
definitely
aggressive
up
like that.
there.
Gonna be
It's
sensitive. They can't do
definitely
it. She need
it's
that bottom
definitely.
knocked out.
You don't want to be no daddy. That's
Well, that means he's just a cutty buddy then.
no, because we're gonna have a relationship. I'm
No, you not.
planning on marrying
The
him.
only
Hey, see how she
relationship you
looking?
get,
See how she looking?
no, the only relationship you gonna have is in the bedroom. If that nigga can't sit down and give your kids solid advice, ain't
No,
no
he can't
fucking
be like
way.
repelled. He can't be repelled by them. Like I don't even want them in the room, and no, that ain't gonna work. But now for me to like be like, you need to go get them from school, and why you ain't pay his tuition, and why Zion car ain't got his oil, why you ain't teach Zion how to change his oil? I'm not gonna require him to do that.
But that maybe it's just
Uh-uh.
me, but that's a requirement to me.
I
That's
mean,
not my. You don't got to pay my son tuition. That's my
Nah,
job. That's
I
my
ain't
son.
saying paying tuition, right? But if I'm the stepdaddy, right, I gotta teach you how to change oil if you don't know how to change oil. I gotta teach you how to change the tire if you don't know how to change the tire. Because as a
I
man,
would
nigga, that
hope
should be your
so, but it's
requirement.
not.
What you mean hope so, nigga? That is standard. That's just fucking
I
standard, dog. Cuz, come on with it, man. Please, right? That's standard.
mean,
That's
it is.
standard. Nigga, that's rule. Like,
Niggas is slamming few. I'm this close to Atlanta. Shh, you know, I got to
she got
get
a
on with
boy.
the list. I got to throw something away. You know,
that ain't something to throw away.
handling my children. I got my kids. What
Man,
can you
I,
do,
hell
I
sir?
feel
no.
what she said. Though.
I get what she's saying.
Right.
I feel like
I
her
get what she's
judgment ain't
saying.
gonna be to the point where she just get like a dude that just gonna come through and not show
Right.
love to the kids, stuff like that. But
Right.
at the same time, when you get to a certain age, like he ain't got to be too hands on with her kids at this point,
They ain't
especially
got
if the dad
Pampers
is
and they ain't
active.
in daycare and stuff.
You know
You
what I'm
know.
saying? But
I mean, he got to
now,
be tolerant, but they in here. You know, when you want to watch TV, my kid come through the living room spinning on his little toy or whatever. You need to be able to tolerate that now. But as
he
far
got
as him
he
feeling
can
like
tell him now. All right, now come
obligated,
on, cuz now I'm about the TV now.
no, this his house. This
What
his
you mean?
phone.
See what I'm
Said
saying?
no. See,
Hell
no. You
no.
just crossed the
This his
line.
front room too.
No,
We
no,
living here
it ain't.
together.
You got to be able to say, "Hey, Jit, now you tripping? Now go ahead, and slide out my way, man. You can't be blocking power this evening."
Hey, long as he ain't kicking,
And
hey,
my
little nigga, get your
phone,
ass
my
out the
phone
way.
did before you got here.
No, your son is not the man in your house.
Yeah, nah.
They are right now. This
No,
their
they
house.
ain't. They ain't paying not one bill in that motherfucker.
They don't, but they help their
They
mom
don't
though.
even wash dishes, do
They motivate me daily. How about that? So
they?
they do their
Look,
part.
they don't even cook, do they?
Oh Lord, look
So
at
they
look
ain't
at
the
that
man.
boy,
So
look at
now,
that.
nigga,
Oh
like I
Lord.
said, that nigga's not the man in your house. He is a boy. That is not the man in your house. He cannot play that role. If a nigga kick in the door right now, he can't go grab nothing and knock down one of the niggas out with. He gonna fold.
That's true.
That is not the man of the house, man. That is your child.
The niggas that done been here ain't did. I remember when I was in a relationship, my last relationship, we heard a noise. I said, babe, go, he's not gonna look. I said, what happens if they take me out? He said, then I'm gonna know which way to come at him. I said, so you gonna sacrifice me? He's like, if they get you, then I'm gonna know which way to come.
You should have kept that nigga out the door right there. Should have made that nigga run down the street. Boy! Damn, man. We gotta get up out of here, man. We've been on here too long. It though, man. Sorry ass nigga. What the hell kind of shit is that? Bro.
Yeah, he's about to come at you to the left. I know to go left.
You gonna have to vet your dudes a little bit more. So let me take back what I said about now. I can't agree with you on that now.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, no, man. It's just hell, dog.
Yeah, real. Can't have no boy toy now. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That nigga just come through. Hell no, man. Fuck that. No.
Hey, you can just have that, but just don't he ain't your husband though. You can have just don't let him.
Nigga like that can't even stay the night. Shit, you can't protect the house. Boy, you got to go.
But you did say that men feel a pressure from dating. You just said it yourself to where I don't even want to be with a woman with kids.
We do, right? But it's still a standard that if I have kids, then you have to be some type of role model or figure to them. You can't just say, I'm only going to see about you. Hell no. That's doing a disservice to my whole unit.
Okay, so what's your requirements if you do date a woman with kids? Like, you could date a woman with kids, she would have to what? Or it would have to be what? Because you just said yourself that you won't even look at a woman with kids. I'm a single mama with kids.
No, look at
I want to be able to step to a man and be like, I'm like,
man. I'm going to let y'all finish that up, man.
Oh, get your ass up out of here, Smurf.
All right.
It was a good show, though, man. It was definitely enlightening, though. You feel me?
For sure.
For real, man.
Good peace, bro.
I'm going to catch up with y'all later on.
Yeah. But nah, we gon' like, it's gonna be certain standards and stuff that I look at, especially when it comes to like discipline, structure, what is they daddy even in their life and all this other stuff. It's other shit I'm gonna look at, right? But it's also other shit that's in my mind that's gonna say, do I have the capacity to deal with that at this stage of my life? And that's just it. You're right. It's gonna be some turn offs, there's gonna be some turn ons, there's gonna be some most definitely no's and stuff like that. But that comes to discipline, structure, how she raised them, how she talked to them. Like, do we line up on that level right there? So I mean, I don't mind dating a woman with kids, but now I think about it a little bit longer than me just jumping straight into it.
But if a woman came to you and was like, we vibing, my kids is old enough, I pretty much think you really don't have to be. You're gonna be like, no, I wanna be.
Nah,
she's telling you like you don't feel obligated to like be a father figure, but be tolerable, understanding, of course.
But you still gonna be a father figure in some type of way.
I mean, yeah, if it happens, thank you. But
that's kind of what I'm saying though, right? Because it's gonna be a way to where if you, for me personally, for a woman to meet my kids, I really have to think highly of you. Mm-hmm. If you're a cut buddy, you'll never meet them. Mm-hmm. I'll make sure y'all never cross paths at no point in time, right? So I have to respect you to a certain level for you to meet my kids, or I have to know that our relationship is gonna be strong enough whether we see eye to eye now or we don't see eye to eye later, that I know it's still gonna be some type of cool bond there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Right.
And so, like, it's just, I don't know, is that for me? Like, and then if we even in a relationship, even once we get to the relationship stage, you still might not meet my kids for at least another 3, 4, 5 months. Just depend.
Right.
I'm finicky sometimes. I'm ADHD like a motherfucker. I might not want your ass here tomorrow.
Right, me too. I'm like, for real. Especially, oh
Gotta
Lord.
get out my space. I might want to kick my leg all the way across the bed. You feel?
Thank you. And I promise you, I was telling my mama this other day. I said, when I get my next boyfriend, he gonna have to have his own house, and he definitely gonna have to have his own room when I get married. I want my husband to have his own room.
A
I
man,
like my
man.
bed.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
you want to sleep in different beds?
Yes.
Oh,
Call me,
hell
text
no.
me.
Hell no.
I done got so used to sleeping by myself
No.
now. Like I like getting like when you get hot at middle of the night, you kick your leg out and it's
Well, buy you a
cold.
big enough bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna need California King because I want to sleep by myself.
Lord, that's a whole nother podcast for a different goddamn topic.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I don't believe that sleeping in separate rooms. I believe we sleep in separate rooms that give you time and space to go fuck something else.
No, I give you time and space to decompress. Matter of fact, Grandma Jean told me that when I first got married.
Oh,
She said, "What y'all got a two?" She
mm-mm,
said, "What y'all got a two
mm-mm.
bedroom?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am." No, yeah, yes, ma'am. She smiled. Good, y'all had y'all own separate rooms, and I was like, "Own separate room," but now I
Man,
understand. Grandma knew.
no,
Grandma knew what she was talking about.
no, she don't. I, no, she don't. I'm sorry, no, she don't. I love my baby to death.
She knew what she was talking about,
I
though.
love my baby to death, but no, hell no. Hey y'all, we finna get up out of here, man, cause I gotta go sleep and we all gotta hit the clock in
For
the
real.
morning. So, peace, love, like, and if y'all enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share, man. We getting up out of here.
Right, y'all share. But y'all have a good night.
Hell no, Shirley Jean Spice ain't the one for them.